So in today's class, we will be discussing about the efficiency of a transformer. Okay. So we know actually what are the advantages of transformer and what is a transformer in fact. Okay. So today we will discuss about the efficiency of the transformer. Efficiency in terms of the performance of the transformer. So what do you mean by the efficiency of a transformer? Generally, like any other AC machine, the efficiency of is defined as the ratio of the powers. Okay, power output divided by power input is efficiency. It can be expressed in terms of percentage. Okay, so now what is power output? So to obtain power output, you should have something at the input. So power at the input is called power input. Okay, so when input power is given at the primary, you get power at the output, that is at the secondary. Apart from that, there will be some losses in the transformer. Okay, therefore the efficiency can be defined as power output divided by the power input. Okay, so I just show you this. Okay, so this is a formula for efficiency of the transformer. Okay, so it's shown in pink box. Efficiency eta is given by power output divided by power input. So power output is obtained at the secondary and power input is the sum of the total power which appears across the output plus the power which appears across the losses. Okay, power across the losses. Okay, so total power P naught is the power at the output and PL is the power due to losses. So P naught by P naught plus PL is the power at the input and so is the efficiency. Okay, efficiency is power output by power input. So it is actually whatever is given at the input appears across the output and some losses. So whatever appears across the output plus some losses is the power at the input. Okay, so we will look at some of the losses. Okay, that occur in transformers. Okay, so what are the losses? Okay, so an ideal transformer would be a transformer without any power loss and its efficiency would be 100%. That is power input equal to power output. Whatever input you give, same appears across the output. So output by input, so output by output because input is same as output. So it is 1 or 100%. But in practical transformer, okay, in practical transformer, okay, power is lost or dissipated in the winding, core and surrounding structures. Power is dissipated in the winding, core or surrounding structures. Okay, so if you have large size transformers, okay, the powers are designed to be more efficient. Power transmission is more efficient. Okay, if transformers are large in size, power efficiency is very high, 98% or more than that. If you use small transformer like the one used in adapters, like your telephone adapters, like mobile phone adapters, okay, their efficiency is considerably less than 85%. Okay, this is because there are sufficient losses in the transformer because of its small size. Okay, what are the different types of losses that occur in the transformer? Okay, different types of losses. Okay, the first type of loss is the copper loss. Okay, the first type of loss that occurs in the transformer is the copper loss. Okay, so we will see now what is copper loss. Okay, so copper loss. copper loss is also called as I square R losses. Okay, I square R losses. You know what is I square R? R is a resistance of the transformer at the primary, and I is the current flowing in the primary. If R1 is the resistance of the primary and R2 is the resistance of the secondary, so you have I1 square R1 plus I2 square R2. Okay, so since the primary and secondary windings are different, okay, the current in the primary and secondary may be the same, I1 equal to I2. So I1 square RE1, RE1 is equal to R1 plus R2, and that is also equal to RE2. Okay, so you can write it as primary and secondary. Okay, this copper losses are variable with the current. The copper losses are variable with current. So if current varies, copper loss will vary. Copper loss is given by this formula. Okay, I'll just highlight this formula. Okay, this is the formula for copper loss. Okay, so it varies with current because it depends on I1 and I2. Okay, and it also depends on R1 and R2. R1 is a resistance of the primary, R2 is a resistance of the secondary. So if you connect a load, what happens to the losses? So if you connect a load at the secondary, copper loss will decrease. Okay, how it will decrease? All that we will see now. Okay, so you have another formula for the output power P naught. Output power is given as P naught equal to VI cos phi, that is VI into power factor, that is VI, that is equal to P naught by power factor. So what is all this? We will see this now. Okay. So P naught is the power. P naught is the power. So it is called the output power or the power due to the output. It is given as VI cos phi because power is V dot I, that is VI cos phi. Phi is the angle between V and I. And cos phi is nothing but power factor. So you have V cross VI cross power factor. So VI is called volt amperes. It is P naught by power factor. Power factor does not change. It is almost constant. So what changes is VI, that is P naught. P naught by power factor is VI. So you have VI is equal to P naught by power factor. Okay. Next, moving on. Okay. For a given load, we can find out the volt ampere of the transformer. Okay, if RL is a load, so what is the volt ampere of the transformer? Okay, that you can find out. Okay, because you know output power P naught is equal to VI cos phi. So if you know the load RL, okay, you can find out the volt ampere. Okay, that you can find out. Assuming the voltage is constant, the current is proportional to VA of the transformer. Okay. For one given load, volt ampere is VA. Okay. VA is the volt ampere or V into I. I is in amperes. So VI is the load. So I just write it here. Okay. So I just write it. Power P is equal to VI. So this is equal to volt and ampere. Volt ampere. Okay. Power. Okay. If voltage is constant, power depends only on the current. Okay. So if I is constant, okay, if I is constant, power is equal to power is proportional. So power depends on or is proportional to voltage. Okay, if I is constant, sorry, if V is constant, if V is constant, power depends on only the current. Okay, it depends only on the current. Okay, now copper losses are proportional to square of the current. So copper losses, so PC is equal to I into I square R. Okay, so I square means it is P into P, proportional to P into P. P is equal to Ki, so it is proportional to V square Vi. Okay, V is constant, P is KVI, K is V. Okay, Vi into Vi, okay, into R. Okay, so V is constant, so it is proportional, not equal but proportional. So V square R. So copper loss is equal to V square by R. So now we have copper loss at full load and copper loss at no load. So full load RL is connected, no load there is no RL. Okay. So so I can write PC, okay, is equal to PA square R. V into V into I into I into R0. What is R0? It is at power loss at no load. Okay. Resistance at no load. Resistance at R equal to 0. Okay, resistance. So PC. Okay. P full load. P copper loss at full load is equal to V star V star I star I star RL. Okay. So this is the relationship. So I can write the relationship between PC and PC full load. So resistance at 0 across the primary and the secondary does not change. Okay, this is R. Okay, copper loss at full load. This is R at 0. Okay, this also is R. Okay, if I equate these two, I can find, if I divide these two, okay, this is at full load, full load, full load, full load, and this is at R, resistance at R. So if I divide these two, I get P copper loss, full load. So this is a voltage at full load, this is a voltage at no load. So VA square, V square I square or A square, V full load, this is full load, V I. So that relationship I will get here. So I can write it as this equation. So if I write it, okay, I get this equation. Okay, this is easy. The derivation is not given. Just for your understanding, I have written all this. Okay, you just have to remember the formula. Okay, copper loss. Copper loss you should remember depends on the square of the current, and current means it is volt ampere. Voltage is constant, 220 volts or 230 volts. Okay, supply voltage. Ampere is the current. So power copper loss depends on square of current and hence square of volt amperes. Okay. Second type of losses is the iron loss or core losses. So what is this iron loss? What is this core loss? It occurs due to hysteresis and eddy currents. Okay. Iron loss Pi is equal to, so I can just write it as Pi, okay, as Pi is equal to iron loss equal to P hysteresis, P eddy current. So you have studied about hysteresis in the previous class, and you also know what is eddy current. Okay, so because of these two, you have iron losses. Okay, so it is known that the flux which associates the primary and the secondary, which links the primary and secondary, does not change more than 2% when load is connected and when load is not connected. So basically, the flux which relates the primary and the secondary, or which links the primary and secondary, is independent of the load. That you should know. Okay, so all core losses are constant at all loads. So core losses are constant at all loads. So the iron loss is occurring because of the hysteresis and the eddy currents, because the flux is almost not changing with respect to loads. Okay, the iron losses are constant with load. However, the copper losses which you studied previously depends on the load. Okay, so when the load is connected, what happens to the losses? So what is the efficiency? Iron losses contribute to 99% of no load losses. Okay, copper losses dominate when transformer is loaded, but when transformer is not loaded, the total losses is because of iron loss. Okay, so iron loss occurs, okay, and it is constant at no load. It is not changing. If you vary the load, iron loss will not change much, but it contributes for over 99% of the no load losses. Iron loss is due to hysteresis, magnetization, demagnetization of the core. Okay, so when you apply electric power, core will become magnetized, and when you remove the power, it will become demagnetized. Okay, and eddy current. What is eddy current? Eddy current is the small current that is flowing in the secondary because of the external flux that is linking the transformer from the nearby surroundings. That is eddy current. Eddy current means small opposing current which flows in the transformer because of the nearby flux of the environment. Okay. So generally speaking, what is the efficiency of the transformer? Okay. So efficiency of the transformer can be given by this formula. Okay. Efficiency is equal to P naught by P naught plus PL. Okay, where L is the losses. P naught is V2I2 cos phi 2. It is at the secondary. Power at the secondary is voltage at the secondary into current in the secondary into cosine of the angle between the two. That is same as V2I2 cos phi 2. And copper losses is I2 square R2 or Re2 because of the effective resistance at the secondary. Okay, and iron loss is Pi. Okay, so that is about the efficiency of the transformer. Okay, There are some other losses that occur in the transformer. What are those other losses? That we will see. Okay. So some of the other losses that occur in the transformer are listed below, and I'll just make a mention of that. Okay. First one is magnetostriction loss. Okay. Magnetostriction loss. Okay. So what is this magnetostriction loss? Okay. We'll just have a look at it. Okay. First one is the magnetostriction loss. Okay. Uh, so magnetostriction loss occurs when magnetic flux in a ferromagnetic material such as a core causes to expand and contract slightly. Okay. So magnetostriction loss occurs. Okay. So okay, when I apply power to the primary, okay, what happens is the core expands and contracts. Okay, so that is because of the power that is applied, because the flux links the both primary and secondary. So it produces buzzing sound in transformer, and there will be losses due to friction heating. Okay, because it contracts and expands, okay, there will be some vibration. Because of this vibration, sound is produced called buzzing sound. Okay, and there will be a lot of heat developed. It is called friction heating. Okay, that is magnetostriction losses. Okay, then mechanical losses. Okay, mechanical losses are occurring in the windings, that is the wires. Okay, primary and secondary wires or windings are present. So okay, the magnetic flux causes uh, electromagnetic force to fluctuate, okay, leading to vibrations. Okay, so electromagnetic forces are produced due to the flux, okay, in the windings. Okay, magnetostriction loss is in the core, mechanical losses is in the windings. So when the flux varies, electromagnetic forces also vary, and they cause vibrations in the metal work as well as in the nearby metal, producing buzzing sound and consuming small power. So small power is lost in the in the form of mechanical losses, producing buzzing sound. Okay. And third one is stray losses. So leakage inductance is responsible for stray losses. Okay. Energy is supplied by the magnetic field and it is given to the supply in the next half cycle. So if there is any leakage flux that intercepts the conducting material, such as this transformer support structure, this will lead to eddy currents causing loss of power. Okay, if leakage flux are there, then it will lead to eddy current. These are the stray losses. So three types of losses are there. Magnetostriction losses, because sound is produced because of vibration of the core. Mechanical losses due to the winding, and stray losses due to the magnetic energy or magnetic field, okay, is lost as leakage flux. Okay, so leakage flux will be lost. Okay, this leakage flux will lead to eddy current. Okay, so that is about the efficiency and the types of losses that we see in the transformer. Okay, now we will find out the condition for maximum efficiency. Okay, we know that efficiency is equal to V2 I2 cos phi 2 divided by V2 I2 cos phi 2 plus I2 square Re2 plus Pi. Okay, that we have seen. Okay, so if you divide that equation by I2, you get this equation. Okay, okay, so you get this equation. So this is the equation which you get. Okay, so dividing by I2, V2, I2 goes off, so cos phi 2, V2, I2 goes off cos phi 2, I2 square becomes I2, RE2 plus Pi by I2. So that is the efficiency. Okay, now when will the efficiency be maximum? Okay, so the varying factor V2 is the voltage across the secondary which is constant because V2 depends on V1. Phi 2 is constant because it is a power factor. R2 or RE2 is the resistance of the primary plus secondary which is also constant. So what is varying is the I2, the current I2 in the secondary. So if I differentiate efficiency with respect to I2, so what I get is, okay, suppose if I want to write the equation efficiency, okay, d eta divided by di2, that is equal to d by di2 of v2 I2 cos phi. Okay, this denominator, okay, this should be minimum. For efficiency to be maximum, numerator is not affecting, but denominator should be minimum, that is 0. Okay, so if denominator is 0, if I differentiate that, okay, denominator is 0 means V2 I2 cos phi 2 becomes 0 because V2 is fixed, cos phi 2 is also fixed, so it is 0. I2 RE2 differentiate, I get RE2, Pi by I2 differentiated will lead to minus Pi by I2 square, which is 0. Okay, I2 square RE2 equal to Pi. So what is I2 square RE2? It is a copper loss. It is a copper loss across the transformer. So the efficiency of the transformer will be maximum if the voltage at the power loss due to copper loss and power loss due to iron loss are equal, then efficiency will be maximum. Okay, that is the condition. Okay, so this is a condition for maximum efficiency. If a load is connected and if there are copper loss and iron loss, okay, if copper loss is equal to iron loss, efficiency will be maximum. Okay, all day efficiency. Usually this term is used with AC transformers for commercial purpose. Okay, efficiency is of not much use to distribution transformers for distributing the power, but for other transformers which deliver power from the source or from the generator. Okay, the primary of the distribution transformer remains energized. Okay, but the load of the secondary is varying. Okay, this means core loss occurs throughout the day and copper loss occurs only when transformer is loaded. Okay, core loss is here iron loss. Okay, copper losses are due to hysteresis, due to uh, the transformer windings as well as due to the core. Okay, such transformers are designed to have minimum core losses. So all day efficiency is given by this formula. Okay, I just highlight this. What is all day power? Okay, it is the output energy in a cycle of 24 hours divided by total input energy. Okay, in a transformer used for supplying electricity to your house, okay, how much output energy you consume, okay, in 24 hours, that divided by total given at the input of the primary, that is efficiency. Usually it will be 98 or 99% because it is a very big transformer placed at the street. Okay, in the roadside and streets they are placed. So this with this we end this particular chapter of the third module. Okay, we have completed this particular chapter of the third module, that is transformers. Okay, but we have one more chapter called as domestic wiring. That will be taken up after the college reopens, but we will start the fourth module from next class, generator and motors. Okay, fourth module will start from next class. Okay, so I request all the students to submit their assignments. Okay, it is very much essential because I have to correct the assignment and I have to put the marks before the college reopens. Okay, so I request all the students, both A section and B section, to submit the assignment by email. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can ask during the online class or during or using the WhatsApp. Okay, if you have any doubts using you can clear it by WhatsApp. Okay, or you can ask during online classes. Okay, so we'll meet tomorrow same time. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow